Hi everyone, it's Ben from BH Drum Academy here, and I want to help you set some goals to become a better drummer. Like anything, we always have some dreams that we want to achieve and some goals that we want to set so that we can get better and have a direction and know which way we want to go. Understanding what your goals are and what you want to improve on is an essential thing in order to get better at anything. Goals are going to set you up for success. No matter what way you shape it, all goals are going to help you in the right direction. Rather than randomly just picking a direction of which way to go, having a set goal is something that's easy to focus on and something that's really going to help you out in the long run. Now today, I'm talking specifically about setting goals in relation to drumming, but you can take the same application of what we're talking about today and apply it to anything you want to. Now to help you along with today, I've attached along with this lesson a PDF copy of a goal setting sheet and a goal setting tracker that you can follow along with and use however you like to in order to help set your goals. You might have heard of that acronym SMART goals, or S-M-A-R-T, and SMART stands for some things that we think about when setting goals. The S stands for specific, the M stands for measurable, the A stands for achievable, the R stands for relevant, and the T stands for timely. So let's start at the top with the S, meaning specific. Meaning, what exactly do you want to achieve when thinking about your drumming goals? Be specific. Give as much detail as you possibly can. The more detail, the better. Sometimes when I have students make their own goals, they're not as detailed as they should be. They're very general goals. Like, for example, someone might say, I want to get better at drums. Well, that's not really that specific. Better how? How do you get better? Is there certain skills that you want to improve on? Instead of saying, I want to get better at drums, maybe you want to say, I want to get better at playing the paradiddles on the drum kit. Well, that would be a bit more specific. Now you've identified a skill and something that's easily attainable and something that you can measure. It's kind of hard to measure if you've gotten better at drums as this big holistic thing. So specifically, what is it that you want to get better? You might ask yourself the who, what, when, where, and why questions in order to answer that. The M stands for measurable. Measurable meaning, how do you know if you're achieving your goal? How do you measure success? How do you know that you have completed your goal? Or how do you track and see if things are getting better or unfortunately worse? If I'm using my previous example of playing the paradiddle on the drum kit, a measurable thing might be I'm starting to play the paradiddle at maybe 60 beats per minute on the snare drum only. And now after quite a long time of practicing, maybe after a week, you can play it comfortably at 80 beats per minute. Now there you can see there is some easy measurable success, as it was 60 beats per minute before, and now it's moved on to 80 beats per minute. So drumming, it's kind of an easy one to do because it is measurable in the sense that you can see how many beats per minute you've gotten faster. But is your goal measurable? How do you know if you're getting better? A, meaning achievable. Is this goal realistic for you? And is it something that you can actually do? Some people set themselves up with setting these big goals and actually don't realize that there's quite a few barriers that are in the way. So for example, if your goal is to get better, is to be faster and play, like for example, our paradiddle on the drum, but you have some noisy neighbors or you live with people and the drums are just very, very loud and it stops you from being able to practice, then you've got to think around the box. What are some things that you can do instead that will help you with your success? Maybe you have the wrong drumstick, or maybe you have only a practice pad, and maybe your time that you can practice is only about 15 minutes every day. Whatever your scenario is, you have to make sure that these goals are actually something that you can do, and it might take some problem solving along the way. R, meaning relevant. Relevant. Why am I doing this? What is the point of me trying to get better at something? What is the point of you trying to get better at the goals that you set? Those are questions you want to ask yourself. Why is it important to you? Sometimes in the world of social media, I've noticed that drumming has become some kind of sport where it's very easy to get taken away with going down rabbit holes on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube of people playing these insane drum fills and these fast beats and going as fast as they can, and it's all so amazing. But going as fast as you can on the drum kit is not necessarily what makes people a good or great drummer. Even the best drummers in the world have things that they always want to improve on or things that they're not great at, believe it or not. So keeping these goals in perspective for yourself of why it's important to you is an important part of setting goals. You want to have that in mind and make sure that these goals are relevant for you. Why does it matter to you? Why are you wanting to do this goal specifically? Understanding that reason is a big part of motivating us to come back to play the drums. And finally, the T, meaning time, timely. When do you want to have this goal achieved by? When is this goal due for you? Is it due a month from now, a week from now? Is it a couple weeks from now? Is it a couple months from now? Is it a year from now? Whatever that timeline is, kind of set yourself a due date of when you want these goals to be achieved by. Having this makes sure that it holds you accountable to try and make sure you schedule your life and schedule your practice time so that you are really working specifically on the goals that you set. So having this due date is also going to reinforce when are you actually going to spend time on working on the goal. It also reinforces that you are tracking your own success rather than just forgetting about it and putting it off to the side. It's a good idea for you to always track your success and your progress when you're drumming. Don't forget, attached to the video lesson is a PDF copy of the goal setting worksheet where it has SMART right on here with some following questions. You can print as many copies of this as you want to for as many goals as you wish and fill it out as best as you possibly can answering the questions, and it will give you some guidance along the way. As well, there is a spot for you to also track your goals as well. So what are the things that you are working on to reach a said goal? You simply put your goal at the top, and in between here, every time you practice, you might write a couple words about what you did in order to work towards that goal. And that's it. Work towards a SMART goal. S-M-A-R-T, a SMART goal. And I promise you, things will get better. Having a clear understanding of what direction you're going in with your drumming is a key part of learning to get better and keeping yourself motivated and activated in the drumming process. For more questions and free resources and some lesson packs on anything drumming, check out my website, www.bhdrumacademy.com. See you later, friends.